is the last class of this paper that we have to discuss unit 11 and unit 12. So unit 11 is related to role of local self bodies, VC and Gram Panchayats, and role unit 12 is about community participation. Okay, there are three. 1 minute. Under unit 11, role of local self bodies, VC and Gram Panchayats. First, what is Panchayat level different administrative wings which are controlling the education system at grassroots level in the villages, in the rural areas as well as in the urban areas. Now, think about Panchayat level where Panchayat and it comprises the village school system. When one village is one GP, number of villages are there in our state, it is one GP. In that case, what should be the different rules and frame of composition of a VEC, Village Education Committee? At Panchayat level, where Panchayat is one village, in that case, Panchayat Standing Committee Education comprises minimum 7 number of members, maximum 15 number of members. Minimum 7 number or maximum 15 number. Who will be the chairman of the committee? The chairman of Panchayat means here in our state, who is the head of the Panchayat, Gram Panchayat? Who is the head of the Gram Panchayat in our state? Sarpanch. Very good. So Sarpanch is the head of the Gram Panchayat. So Sarpanch is the head of the committee, and one member will be represented from SC, ST, BC, OBC and minorities. Similarly, a representative of a PTA. PTA means Parent Teacher Association. Every school has Parent Teacher Association. Among them, one member will be represent to this committee. An Anganwadi worker of the Panchayat will be also represent. A person interested in education means NGO member or social worker who has a keen interest in education. He may be remain as a member of the VEC. A person interested in education, and the headmaster of any primary school or upper primary school, and headmaster will be the what? Headmaster will be the member secretary. Member secretary will be the headmaster. So this is the committee which functions at Panchayat, Gram Panchayat level. So under the Gram Panchayat, all the schools, primary school, upper primary school, secondary school, all the schools will remain under its jurisdiction, means Gram Panchayat and this committee. What is the role of this role and function of this committee? Now this committee supervise what? Now adult education, so Praudha Shiksha, literacy program, all are supervised by this committee in village. And early childhood care and education means Anganwadi centers, Bal Batika, which centers are running by the government. Those will be supervised by this committee. And non-formal education. Now, non-formal education has already abolished in our state. But before, non-formal education was there. So that was also supervised by this committee, and primary education, especially elementary education, class 1 to 8 running schools are supervised by this committee. In addition to this, another very important work is create awareness among the village community. This committee creates awareness. Now, give your opinion on which areas awareness will be created by this committee. On which areas? Yes?
Dropout.
Dropout. To check dropout. Very good. Next, any?
Girls education.
Yes, yes. Again.
Girls
Repeat.
education.
Girls education.
Girls
Very good. Yes,
education.
nice. Yes. Girls education, dropout. How kono?
Women empowerment.
କାଇଁ ଅଡିବୁଲ ହେଲାନି ମତେ?
Sir, women empowerment.
Women empowerment. Good. ଆଉ କଣ?
So quality of education.
Quality of education. How we can make aware of the public or community to maintain quality of education? Who will maintain quality education? And how will maintain quality education? This must think. Okay? So quality education, till now, the teachers, the officers who are working in education department, they do not understand clearly what is quality education. So, you are right. Without quality education, we cannot think about the developed country. If you think about Japan, China, America, Russia, most of the European countries, so they are developed. Why? Because the children are getting quality education. In this context, I may highlight an example with you. You know Professor M.N. Kundu. Can you know who is M.N. Kundu? Professor of English.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Manmat Kundu.
Kundu sir once invited when I was a school teacher. When I was a school teacher, and in the annual function of my school, I invited Professor Kundu sir to be the chief speaker. In his talk, he told, I listened from him, when he was a visiting professor of English language teaching in foreign countries, he cited an example that at the age of 5, the children of 50 students were assessed, and the Indian students stood in number 1. All the developed students of all the developed countries like America, Russia, China, Japan also participated in that competition. But Indian students stood first at the beginning stage when it was assessment, that is pre-test. They left. They continued their education as usual system of their country. After 10 years, the same students were assessed. Now, from your perception, you may give your opinion. What would be the position of Indian learners, Indian students? What would be? Yes? Anybody? In pre-test, Indian students were in first serial number 1. But here, after 10 years, okay? Nobody?
Highly technically sound and imparting the qualitative education.
My question is, at the pre-test stage, when the children were at age 5, they were assessed. Indian students stood in the serial number 1 first. But after 10 years, the same students were tested again. what would be the position of Indian students in the post test?
Bad results.
ତମେ ଯାହା ନେହା କୁହ
हाँ sir, bad results दबो.
okay
Result ଭଲ ହେବନି.
so Kundu sir yes Kundu sir informed Indian students stood in first from lowest level in pre-test first in upper level but post-test first in lower level. Okay, so this is the condition of Indian students after 10 years. Why this type of problem faced our learners? What is the main reason?
Sir,
कौन
poor
है मुख्य
quality.
कारण? Poor quality. Very good. Poor quality. So the quality, the education we are imparting to our learners, that is not qualitative. Why? Now systemic reformation required, but we are not. There is a good policy, there is a good steps and projects are running for development of the learners, but in practical, what we are doing? What is the real situation? What is the real scenario? Everything is limited with a pen and a paper. We never think about the real fact, real knowledge, real step. What we are doing, if we think as it is not real. So qualitative is very important. Okay, then how कौन हे पारे? Yes, आमे जोठी आलोचना करूथिले क्वालिटी आसिला आउ कोन हे पारे ना सेति कि आउ किछ नाही.
Resource management.
Resource management, very good. So here the management of resource is three types. One is human resource, material resource, and financial resource. So resource management is also another important duty of panchayat, village panchayat committee, and village panchayat committee also promotes enrollment drive in primary level, because universalization of elementary education and universalization of secondary education is the main objective of Samagra Sikha Abhijan. And also the imparting quality education is also another objective of important objective of Samagra Sikha Abhijan. So in this context, the VC, the duty of the VC is important to promote enrollment, how the children will enroll and continue education in schools without working in different factories and different farms, different households. So they should continue their education. Government has also taken number of steps for enrollment and retention of the learners in elementary level as well as secondary level. Similarly, another important duty is to assist in smooth functioning of schools, how the schools will function smoothly, how the teachers will impart education to the learners without facing any obstacle or difficulty. So everything should be made easy and smooth, available by the village education committee. And it also, Panchayat Education Committee, and it supports the teachers, local youth, women, and other educational, the persons having interest in education. Mobilization resources is also another important duty of Panchayat Education Committee. Development of a playground, development of toilets, water supply, drinking water, and for using in other purposes, water supply, MDM program, coordination between social service departments and education departments. So these are the different role and functions of Panchayat Education Committee. And what is the power of Panchayat Education Committee? You know, Panchayat Education Committee is the most powerful organ. So it can supervise the attendance, inspect the attendance of students and learners and teachers. If the teacher is irregular, disobedient, neglect in his duty or her duty, immediately it will recommend to the appropriate authority for taking immediate disciplinary action. And it also do the construction work, repair work. So in addition to this, it recommends annual budget of schools to concerned authorities. It also report on regulatory of students, teachers, attendance and school functioning. And it frame the school calendar under guidance of Jila Parishad. So when we think about the Panchayat Raj system, it is three-tier system of a government. And the lowest tier is Gram Panchayat, the mid tier is Panchayat Samiti, and upper tier is Jila Parishad. So under the direction, under the supervision of Panchayat Samiti, Jila Parishad, Gram Panchayat take all the decisions and act accordingly. So Panchayat level, where Panchayat comprises group of villages, same composition and function is at best same, role and duties, functions, powers are same. There is no difference. Only what we discussed now in one village, if the Panchayat has more village, the same function will be maintained by the, carry on by the Panchayat Education Committee. Then the mid stage is Panchayat Samiti. Panchayat Samiti is the mid stage or intermediate level. It is the bridge between Jila Parishad and Gram Panchayat. Okay? In this level, the chairman of Panchayat Samiti, means the chairman of the block, is the chairman of Panchayat Samiti Education Committee, and one member from each SC, ST, OBC and minority community will be nominated. One representative of a PTA or NGO. PTA means Parent Teacher Association of any school or NGO, non-government organization. One or two representatives of a VSC, SMC or SMDC. Every school has SMC and SMDC. So among them, one or two representatives will be nominated. A principal of a degree college of the block. A principal of the degree college of the block will be the member. A headmaster of a school complex or any headmaster of a secondary school will be the member. A representative of a teachers. Among the block level teachers, one teacher will be represented, and block education officer BEO is the member secretary. But now tell me, who is the member secretary of a Panchayat Education Committee? Who?
Headmaster.
A headmaster of any primary school or upper primary school. Especially the headquarter school, the headmaster of the headquarter school. Headquarter means, देखो गोटे ग्राम पंचायत रे गोटे पंचायत ऑफिस तो गोटे गाँव रे थिबो ना, जो गाँव रे थिबो सेही गाँव रो प्राइमरी हो बा से अपर प्राइमरी हो बा सेकेंडरी हो, सेही स्कूल रो जणे हेडमास्टर मेंबर सेक्रेटरी रहिबे, स्पेशली एभली देखा जाए हला। किंतु एनी मेंबर, प्रिंसिपल इज एनी मेंबर, तुम लिखला बेले लिखिबो, किंतु जनरली हमें से हेडक्वार्टर एथि पय रखा जाय थाए for coordination. Panchayat office and school is very near, so they can discuss everything with the Panchayat Sarpanch, other members, so they can take decision of any, to eradicate the difficulties, problem of any school. So for this purpose, the headquarters school headmaster will be selected. But in Panchayat Samit Education Committee, BO will be the member convener. What is the role and function? Supervision and inspection function is very important because BO is the inspecting authority as well as supervising authority as well as monitoring personnel. BEO, Block Education Officer. So academic supervision, what the teachers are doing, whether the teachers are teaching as per the development of the learners learning outcome or not. So teachers are always working. Teachers are always teaching. Teachers are not sitting or sleeping. But why students are not improving? Why it is difficult for our learners to achieve the learning outcomes? What is the reason behind it? Please share your views. I know our teachers are teaching, they are not sitting, they are not sleeping, always they attending the school, always taking classes, but the achievement level of our learners is very poor. What is the reason? तुम जहा तुम मनु को कुह शेयर कर. Yes,
सर एक्चुअली पिलार प्रॉब्लम कोन सेटा बुझी कि टीचर पढेबा उचित.
very good. ସେଥିରେ ଆମର ଅଭାବ ରହୁଛି. Very good, thank you. Any other?
कम्युनिकेशन गैप हे पारे सर नहले तांकर फैमिली बैकग्राउंड हिसाब रे भी तांकर अचीवमेंट लेवल टा भी कम बेसी पारे.
Okay. Yes, communication gap है पारे, but the family background. Just I gave an example of Professor Kund. So children are equal at early age, but they differ later age due to environment, systemic,
प्रॉपर गाइडेंस
proper guidance. Yes. Okay, very good. Any other?
Lack of management.
Okay. Okay. Then any?
Sir, discipline.
Discipline.
Class
Lack of
management,
discipline.
class discipline.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Class management by the teacher. If the lack of management, classroom management of teacher is there, automatically the achievement level of the learners will be poor. Classroom management means what? What do you mean classroom management? पिला समस्ते क्लास रे चुपचाप होगी बसचंदी जने टीचर अंकर किछि पाटी तुंड गंडोळ किछि नाही से सर थिला बेले क्लास रे ताको हमें डिसिप्लिन क्लासरूम मैनेजमेंट कहबा तो.
No, sir.
Yes. Okay. Rahale, how can we manage the class?
Sir, appropriate exchange of
सर
ideas.
पिल्लांको बेसी उत्साहित करबा जे से क्वेश्चन पछरिबे.
Okay, very good. So a teacher must create such type of positive attitude and interest and confidence in the mind of the learners. They can ask their doubts frequently to the teacher. They can discuss among their friends on the difficulties, on the different aspect of learning. And the students are eagerly, interestingly, always put their foot ahead for learning. They cannot go back. They cannot want to sit silently. So it is the duty of the teacher to organize the teaching learning activity in such a manner that will create automatic interest in the mind, self-motivation, and the learners will become the friend as they mix with their parents at home, ask different problems, share their different opinions without hesitation, without fear. Similarly, the same situation will create in the classroom context. Then we can say the teacher is managing the classroom in better way. If the students are sitting silently in fear of a punishment, that is the worst management of classroom activities. So always we are trying to shut up the mouth of our learners. Always we should try our best to open the mouth of our learners. facilitate, give support service. Students will discuss and do everything. So that is very important. That is the real classroom management. ଆମେ ଏଇଭଳି କରିବା ଉଚିତ. So that will be inspected, supervised by the block education officer and block level committee, samiti level committee. That is academic supervision. Preparation of plans for development of education. So plan is very important. Always you should go to the class without lesson plan or with lesson plan.
Lesson plan, sir.
With lesson plan.
With lesson plan. Why? What is the necessity of a lesson plan?
सर हम प्लानिंग कले ही पिला को केमती पढ़ाइबा सेटा कहबो करि परबे जदि हम भाबी नथवा किछि करनते प्लानिंग तो पिला को सेही भले जहा पाइबा सेमती पढ़ाई परबे सेटा होचे तेरो प्लानिंग मस्ट बी इंपोर्टेंट.
Okay.
Pre-planning.
Okay. So, what I will share with you, what I will discuss with you tomorrow, today I must have to think. So that what benefit I will get? Now there is a track.
Output.
Yes, yes. Continue.
learning outcome.
Yes.
Learning
very good.
outcome. हाँ.
Therefore, the teacher can be helpful to achieve the learning outcome of the learners. So, we can move on a specific track. We cannot go out of it. And timely, I can help the students to complete their task. Means, achieve the learning outcome. So, 1 year is at our hand. Every subject, every class has specific learning outcomes. Suppose the student can do the sum, solve the problems related to multiplication or division or any type of problem. That is not achieving of learning outcome. So in such a manner, we have to present it and the learners can achieve it at any time. They can use it in their day-to-day life. That is qualitative education. Think about language. How many languages we are learning at secondary level? How many languages?
3.
3. The mother tongue. Think about our mother tongue. Beginning of our life, we are talking, listening our mother tongue, Odia. But how many students of your class who are teaching? How many students of your class on which you are teaching Odia as a subject? Tell me, they can write a story of 10 lines of class 10 students. Today, আজি যদি তুমি পঢ়ুথিবা ওড়িয়া পঢ়ুথিবা ক্লাস পিলাଙ୍କୁ যে কোনসি গোটে গপ লেখিয়া পই 10টা বা 20টা বাক্যরে কহিব কেতে জন লেখিয়া পই সক্ষম होउछंती কেতে জন লেখিয়া পই সক্ষম होउछंती What is your experience? আমি experience share କରୁଛେ ମୁଁ କରୁଛି ତମେ କରୁଛ
8-10 ଜଣ ହିଁ 8-10 ଜଣ
8-10 ଜଣ ଚିନ୍ତା କର যদি তাকে আমি স্ক্রুটিন করিবা সে 8-10টা মধ্যে 1 2 3 কি পড়ে আসিব am I right?
Yes sir.
Yes,
But
sir.
in our class, yes, what is the problem? So it is due to lack of quality education. So from the beginning, they are depending upon rote learning. They are preparing for the examination oriented preparation, getting a certificate. So holistic approach cannot be followed. In real life situation, they are not facilitated to learn. So that today they cannot unable to write the story in their mother tongue, as this is their mother tongue and started this language speaking and listening from beginning of their life. Now 15 years back they are using it. But after using 15 years, they are unable. How strange. So morning shows the day, like morning shows the day. This example can reflect yourself and you think, what is the condition of education in our state? Not only our government schools, but also private public schools also. The students are learning in public schools, English medium schools, paying thousands of money per month and annual, but it is the same condition, same situation. Somehow they are different because the guardians are very conscious, but the system is systemic reformation requires. NEP 2020 is at our hand. NCF 2005 was also with us. But what is the effect till now? Nothing. ଆଜି ଯଦି ତମେ ଗୋଟେ ପିଲାକୁ ଗୋଟେ ଏକ୍ସାମ୍ପଲ ଦଉଛି, you are teaching mathematics. In 10th class examination ଗୋଟେ ପିଲା mathematics ରେ 99 ରଖିଲା ପରୀକ୍ଷାରେ, କେବଳ annual ପରୀକ୍ଷାରେ। କିନ୍ତୁ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ପିଲା mathematics ରେ 75 ରଖିଛି, କିନ୍ତୁ ସେ ପଠାଣି ସାମନ୍ତ ମେଧା ସ୍କଲାରସିପ୍ ପାଇଛି। मैथमेटिक्स क्विज रे से स्टेट लेवल रे गोटे प्राइज पाइछि। ताले हु इज बेटर, द चाइल्ड सिक्योरिंग 75 और सिक्योरिंग 99, हु इज बेटर?
75 sir.
75, he is better. If you will declare him as first, the public will attack you, the guardian will attack you. How? My son or my daughter is securing 99 marks. Instead of her or him, you declare the student as first who scored only 75 marks. But they cannot think. He has learning outcome, he achieved the learning outcome, but he or she has not achieved the learning outcome. Only rote learning, she has done it. She got this mark. So this is the duty of Panchayat Education Committee and Panchayat Samiti Education Committee to make aware of the parents, to make aware of the guardians and the community members. Unless learning outcome cannot be achieved, all will run behind fetching marks, all will run behind rote learning approach. How we can fetch marks? So this is all about it. So what is the power? The recruitment power is another important power of Panchayat Samiti. Recruit the teachers and the workers for adult education, non-formal education, early childhood care education, to appoint staff in schools from approval panels, transfer of teachers from this school to another school, to delegate the power of supervision over composite upper primary schools like VC and other institutions and officers, to prepare budget, to raise public contribution and donations, to promote measures of Panchayat Samiti to raise resources, basically the human resource, material resource and financial resource. These are the different powers of Panchayat Samiti level education committee. Now we can discuss of Jila Parishad. This is the upper level organization, and Jila Parishad is the head, and without its recommendation, without its order, Panchayat Samiti and Gram Panchayat cannot make the expenditure and cannot appoint, cannot transfer. Everything will be approved by Jila Parishad. And collector is the chief executive officer Jila Parishad, and the chairman is working at the head of the Jila Parishad. It is known as chairman Jila Parishad. So this is all about these units of Panchayat Raj system, how they are working with the committee under the institutions like Gram Panchayat, Panchayat Samiti and Jila Parishad. Expansion of education under Panchayat Raj has been introduced in different stages after recommendation of different commissions and committees, and Parliamentary Act. The basic focus in to improve the quality of education, that just we discussed. Learning achievement, achievement in learning outcome is the important roadmap for quality education. 1 minute. Similarly, people's participation in panchayats, relationship between officials and panchayat leaders are the different activities, and to improve it will help to improve the education at panchayat level. Unit 12 is community participation. It is very important. What do we mean by community? Anybody can share your view? What is community? What is community? Yes?
All type of people
What is
around us.
okay? Anybody?
A group of people who have same culture, same.
Okay. Okay. So one sentence you write. A group of people who are living together. A group of people who are living together with a common interest. A group of people who are living together with a common interest is known as community. So in a community, an individual is not living. A group of people are living with the fulfilling the common objective, and togetherness is important aspect of community. Sharing of opinions, sharing of views, sharing of materials, cooperation, coordination, helpfulness are the very important elements of the community. So, size of population and land area, ethnic composition and caste constitution, patterns of land ownership, then structure of authority and power hierarchy, degree of isolation, and local tradition. These are the 6 characteristics of our community in our country. These are 6 characteristics. One is size of population and land area. In different community, the population is different. The size or the land area is different. In different community, there is a caste system, and it is based on the occupation. Patterns of land ownership. In tribal community, there is no records by revenue department, but the ownership is lying with the different people. But in our urban areas and the rural areas where the people are educated, the ownership is based on the ROR, record of right, issued by the Tahsildar to the subject. Subject means Praja. Degree of isolation is another characteristic. Local tradition. So traditionally we are different. Yes or no? Traditionally we are different. Area to area, community to community. traditionally we are observing the festivals, we are observing the ceremonies like Vratapanayana, marriage, funeral ceremony, everything. So each and every community has its own importance. Similarly, there are 9 most important criteria for distinguishing the rural community. When we distinguish, differentiate between the rural community, there are 9 most important criteria. What are they? One is occupational difference. One criteria is occupational difference. In occupation, we are different. Who is cultivating? He is a cultivator or farmer. Who washes the clothes is the washerman. Who does different works in wood. So number of occupations are there. Due to occupational difference, community also differ in rural areas in our country. Environmental difference. In the city, in the town of Angul, the environment is different from the town of Sambalpur. It is different from the city of Bolangir, different from the city of Jaipur. From one village to another village, environment is different. Difference in the size of population. One area where a specific community, people from a specific community are living, that size is different from other size. Similarly, difference in the homogeneity of population, density of a population, social mobility, direction of migration, social differentiation and social stratification, and system of social interaction. Means the language, mode of communication, manner, behavior, everything. If you now go to the tribal pocket or the remote areas, village areas, as a guest you will reach at your relatives' home. What sorts of courtesy they are showing? What is your experience? तुम एना हठात जाकि पहुँचल गोटे मफसल रे थिबा गोटे परिवार रे से प्रथम कोन केमती तुम बिहेव करिवे तुम रिलेटिव घरे पहुँचले how they will behave? ना किसी बिहेव करिवेनी
से तो भल से चर्चा करिवे ना
चर्चा आग करिवे तमे पहुँचु पहुँचु कौन करिवे सी तमे ता दांड रे पहुँचु पहुँचु
से गोड़ रे पानी दे के धोई देंगे
हाँ ढाल पानी थोई देबे बाल्टी ढाल पानी आइदर धोई देबे नहले कहबे धुआ गोड़ धोई घर भीतर पस तमे जोता पिंच आज काली अरे तमे जोता पिंच ना जोता मोजा खोली की धोइबो की धोइबो जोता मोजा खोली की धोइबोनी सो दिस इज ए ट्रेडिशन किन जदि तमे शहर रे थिबा जने बंधु घर गल से पानी जे थोइबे की दांडर रे गोड़ धो बोली कहबे की
ना
से कहबेनी सो system in social interaction, in social stratification, migration, social mobility, everything is different. And due to all these 9 criteria, community to community system or living style is different. Now, we can discuss about what is community participation in education. This is all about community. And what is community participation in education? Who can say what is community participation in education? Yes? Okay, listen. Community participation in education is a process of activities. You may write this sentence. It is a process of activities number of activities are undertaken in community related to education, and it is a process. Here pupils involved in where in decision making. In a community, the people are involved in decision making, how the decision will be taken with the consent and opinion of different people in the community. That is important. Contributing to the developmental effort, constructive effort, not destructive effort. Sharing of opinion, your views. With all these, the decision will be taken, and therefore it is known as a process of different activities. There are two ways, two forms of community participation in education. One is informal form, another is formal. What is informal? You see, suppose a villager, the villager will request or demand for opening of a school. Government कौन कहबो? Yes, no problem. A school will be opened in your village, but instead of it, you have to donate the land. You have to donate the land for construction of the building. So the villagers, the community must have to provide a piece of land for school building. In addition to that, they should contribute their labor, finance, or local availability material for the construction of a building. In some villages, the villagers are constructing the village building, offering the land, using the local resources from the village forest or any other areas, and demand for granting aid. Demand the government to run it, to give grant or salary to the teachers. Okay. ମୁଁ ଯେତେବେଳେ ହାଇସ୍କୁଲରେ ପଢୁଥିଲି, रूराल हाईस्कूल रे प्रथम कि आम गाँव में से हाईस्कूलटा खोलला। मु सप्तम पास करिछि, तेणु बापा कहले गाँव तो स्कूल खोलला, से पढ़िबो, आ नल गाँ लोक सब खराब भाविबे, बाहर स्कूल गले 3 किलोमीटर नल जाइबा पड़ता पाठ पढ़िया पई। सो आम सब पढ़िलु। आम देखिछु जो गणेश पूजा सरस्वती पूजा रे आम सब भोजी करिबु, 4-5टा गाँ रो पिला माने सेठी पढुछंती। आम इच्छा जहाँ हम आज जीव मनकर नियरेस्ट गोटे गाँव जंगल रू काठ आणिक आणबू, आम जीवु काठ आणिक आनी पिओन आम सहित जीवे, आम पिला जब हाईस्कूल पिला काठ आणिक आसबू। से तो गैस फैस व्यवस्था नाला, अंडा कलेक्शन करूँ, जीवु काठ आणिक आणिक आसबू, भोजी करूँ। कौ गाँ वाला पार्टी पिटेबे किए देखीदे खाली किए ना स्कूल पिला हाईस्कूल भोजी जाऊँगी काठ, किंतु माइनर स्कूल एमई स्कूल को से काठ दौन को विलेजर्स आमको दौले कहीं ना न्यूली द स्कूल वाज कंस्ट्रक्टेड। सो द रिसोर्स, द फॉरेस्ट रिसोर्स और एनी अदर वाटर रिसोर्स, व्हाट एवर द रिसोर्स वी रिक्वायर्ड, immediately the villagers of all the 5 villages were offering, and every family contributed the money as per their ability. Who gave 100 rupees, who 500 rupees, who 5,000 rupees also for construction, and land was also of the village. And in this way, the school was established. Number of colleges are also established in our state, and in later on, government gave the granting aid, and the teacher got the salary. And now all the schools and colleges which were established by the villagers, now they are running by the government and declared as government college and schools. So this is informal system. What is formal? Formal means it provide the plot of land for the school building as well as ensure its maintenance and repair. In formal system, give the land and ensure the construction will be done by the government or any other donor that will be maintained and repaired forever by the villagers or the local people, the community members. This is formal. And also they will offer to improve resources like financial resource, human resource, and material resource. This is very important. Resources is very important. Okay. So another thing is contribution of a community in education. Contribution of a community in education. You know, community is a resource. How? Now come up with your opinion. How community is the resource? आमे community को गोटे resource संबल बोली कहिता. Why? माने how? Who can say how community is the resource?
सर
Yes.
कम्युनिटी रे मनकर गोटे हॉस्पिटल अछि ताहले से
Yes.
हॉस्पिटल रु किछ मेडिकल ऑफिसर आसी कि स्कूल रे हमर सैनिटाइजेशन विषय रे कि हेल्थ हाइजीन विषय रे भी किछ पिल्ला को कहि परिबे जदि किछ
Thank
पुलिस
you.
स्टेशन अछि तो सेथिरा से ट्रैफिक रूल विषय रे भी कहि परिबे
Very good. Very good. Any other? Any other? आज ये क्लास टा सरला पर बेके तो सरी जीवो मु गोटे तुमको सिनॉप्सिस प्रेजेंटेशन देबी आज हैला आई विल प्रेजेंट ए सिनॉप्सिस सो एनी अदर नो आइडिया विथ अदर्स सपोज नाउ आई एम वर्किंग इन टीचर एजुकेशन फील्ड आई विल गॉट रिटायरमेंट एंड लिव इन माय विलेज. So may I be a resource for my school and college nearby my village or not?
Yes, sir.
यस सर
Yes, sir. Sure.
Similarly, yes, similarly, vocational education is implementing in different schools as per recommendation of NEP 2020. The carpenters are there, the goldsmith is there, the bank personnel are available, the police personnel are available, the farmers are there, the tailor is there, everyone is available in the village, in the rural area as well as in urban area. Yes or no? So they are
Yes,
in
sir.
between the community. So they are in between the community. So being
Yes, sir.
the active teacher, you should take their assistance and involve themselves to get practical training in different vocation. In vocational education, theoretical knowledge is lesser important than practical knowledge. If one can learn practically, he or she can become self-dependent. If you acquire theoretical knowledge, that cannot be helpful you to in future. So what is important? Practical knowledge important or theoretical knowledge
Practical
important?
knowledge.
Very good.
Practical
Practical knowledge is important. Okay. So now think about the practical knowledge. So how can we develop it? Now involving the community members. So that is therefore community is the very important resource. The community is the very important resource. One thing. This is all about human resource. Material resource. Suppose we are teaching about botany, zoology, chemistry, physics, mathematics, and the calculation of rupees, paisa, distance, everything in mathematics. So when we prepare the material, when we collect the material, community is the best resource from where we can get it. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
In addition to financial issues, in addition to all these financial issues, so we should link the community. Panchayat Raj forum is there, village committee is there, in other forums are there. Suppose MLA lad, MP lad. Through community, we can bring for our school and college and develop it, either construction or development of library, development of laboratory or smart classroom, etc. So we can collect donation. We can develop alumni association. The old students will donate who are in better place and position. They can contribute some amount of money or kind of or any kind to the school. Clear? This is all about the contribution of community, and community is used as a best resource. किंतु हमें कौन करूचे? Really resource को हमें use करी पारुने. Women's group বা মহিলা মন্ডল is working, and state government, our state government is focusing on Mohila Mandala today, very important. Developing relevant curriculum and learning material, community is used. Then promoting girls education, so community can develop awareness, community can develop different activities for promoting girls education to every girl of the country, the state, the area, advocating. So what are the how can community participate for improving education? How can community participate for improving education? So number of ways are there, number of activities are there which have to be undertaken by the community for improving education in the locality. So one thing is enrollment, another is moral or establishing the schools and appointment of staff, raising the fund or financial status of school, ensuring students regular attendance and completion of course means retention, contributing in labor, material, land and fund. Community can contribute labor, material, land and fund money, recruiting and supporting teachers, making decisions about school location and schedules, monitoring and following up on teacher attendance and their performance, forming village education committee to manage schools smoothly and to supervise all the activities regularly, actively attending school meetings to learn about children's learning progress and classroom behavior, whether the teachers are giving focus on achievement of learning outcome or not, whether they are very aware and careful for imparting quality education to our learners or not. This is important for then helping children with studying, promoting girls education, operate schools in smooth way, school calendar, preparation of school calendar, organizing different other curricular activities, and taking steps to develop the socio-personal quality of every child. So these are the different activities through which community participate to improve the education of the learners. So what are the historical perspectives on community participation in India? If we cast our glance towards the past of history of our country, we must learn from beginning, means when it was the period of rulers, kings, how community was participated in education? During Vedic period. During Vedic period, Guru Kulashram, how community participated in education? कर्म अरे गुरु जो आश्रम प्रतिष्ठा करुले जंगल रे से आश्रम टा किए प्रतिष्ठा कर दउथिले कम्युनिटी मेंबर्स
विलेजर्स
कम्युनिटी मेंबर्स जो गुरु को शिष्य सहित खाइबा पीवा पई जो चाष जमी जोगई दउथिला किए कम्युनिटी से राजा शासक जी थिले से जोगई दउथिले पिला माने समित संग्रह करथिले जंगल रु से जंगलटा काହାର कम्युनिटी रो so every facility every material every resource used by the ashram and educating the learners who are residing in the ashram. Number of kings and rulers, they were also rendered their assistance to the ashrams. So in this way community was participating. Then in Brahmanic period the same system was imparted. Then one after another, then Buddhist period, Mohammedan period, then British East India period, Company period. It was Marcellus Minute recommended to make expenditure of a very less amount of money to a counted few people. Those counted group of people will educate other mass. So through community participation, it could be. Then today, after independence also, there is a provision, village committee, panchayat committee, samiti committee, jila parishad committee, and donation, public-private partnership, PPP mode, Mo school abhijan, Mo college abhijan. Now government has introducing it. That is Mo school abhijan, Mo college abhijan means what? Public participation, community participation. Okay, so improving neither academic also but also geographical, physical infrastructure, developing the library, laboratory, recruitment and supporting staff, smart classroom, improvement in ICT, use of ICT. So in different areas, building construction, playground construction, development of garden. So everything in every aspect, community participation is very important from primitive period to till today. So different policies, National Policy on Education, NEP 2020, and other recommendation of other committees and commissions also opined for developing and functioning of SMC, School Management Committee, Mother Teacher Association, Parent Teacher Association. So number of activities has been undertaken for implementing this. And number of projects also working or functioning for improvement of education. The projects like Uttar Pradesh Basic Education Project in India, Bihar Education Project, we have already discussed in previous units. Shiksha Karmi Project, Lok Jumbi Project, and DPEP and community participation. Tapare Jansala program and community participation. So with the help and assistance of foreign donations, monies like UNDP, UNICEF, UNIFPA, UNESCO, ILO, these are the foreign contributing organizations. Under the help of assistance of financial assistance of all these organizations in our country, in different states, number of projects are working, have been working and worked for improving the education and education system of our learners. Then lastly, Sarva Sikha Abhiyan came into force, Rashtriya Madhyamika Sikha Abhiyan. Now both are combined as Samagra Sikha Abhiyan. So under this, village education committee is there. Under village education committee, village community, and it is divided into two. One is the parent or teacher association or mother teacher association, and another is the women motivator group. So all these has a basic objective to render education, quality education to our children. Similarly, role of village education committee has already decided as provide support to daily functioning of a school, discussion on other areas, specific area, supervision and monitoring of the school, president, secretary, members are nominated or elected, opening of a Vidya Kendra, construction of a school toilet, building, playground, boundary wall, etc., opening of alternative schools, helping quality improvement of learning, utilization of a school improvement grant, SIG and MRG, maintenance grant. So these are the different activities of school village education committee. Under this, we may discuss duties of SMC or PTA. So in SMC and PTA, number of duties they have to perform, like ensure the parents enrollment and send all the children to school regularly, give focus on retention, organizing program for mobilizing enrollment and bridge course for bringing children back to school. Now tell me, what is a bridge course? Bridge course. What is a bridge course? Yes. What is a bridge
To
course?
recover the learning gap.
Yes. Nivedita. Go.
Sir, to recover the learning gap, like in COVID time, there is some learning gaps to so to recover that gap, bridge course are doing.
Okay. Good. Anybody? Anybody?
So like
Rajanikanta.
Utkarsh,
Rajanikanta. Kuha. Pragya. Pragya Parimita kuha.
yes sir. Like Utkarsh program.
Okay. Rajanikanta kuha. Rajanikanta.
Like Utkarsh, LEP.
Okay. Okay. I say, really, are you agree, 100% agree that all the programs are benefited?
No sir.
No, sir.
Rajanikanta. Yes.
Of course,
Rajanikanta, what is your
of course,
opinion?
sir. Of course, sir.
Okay. Okay. So, what is learning gap? We should understand first what is learning gap and how can we minimize the learning gap through bridge course. It must be our best discussion topic. What is learning gap? Try to listen. Suppose there are fixed learning outcomes. The class 3 student in mathematics cannot achieve, out of, suppose there are 15 learning outcomes. Out of 15 learning outcomes in class 3, the child cannot achieve 12 learning outcomes. Out of 15, they cannot achieve 12. Then promoted to class 4. So automatically the child will face the difficulty because in class 3 has not achieved 12 learning outcome. There is a gap. In when continue in class 4, obviously the learning outcome which he has not achieved in class 3 will be the barrier in the achievement of class 4 learning outcome. Yes or no?
Yes sir.
And same situation will arise in class 5, in class 6, in class 7. When he is at class 8, now he is handicapped in mathematics. Now the child is very, very poor in mathematics because class-wise learning gap is there. This is learning gap. But it is the duty of the teacher to take different steps for better achievement or for achievement of the learning outcome which is fixed in class 8. How? Now through bridge course. Bridge course means, suppose there are 15 learning outcomes in mathematics. Whether all 15 learning outcomes are important for learning class 4 mathematics? No, not at all. So selective important learning outcomes which are very important to learn 4th class mathematics, that must have been selected. Similarly, there are 18 learning outcomes in class 4 mathematics. Which learning outcomes out of 18 are very important should be selected. In this way, class wise learning mathematics learning outcomes selective which are important to improve to develop the next class higher class mathematics will be selected. Suppose class 1 to class 3 to class 7 there are 100 learning outcomes. We have to select the very important learning outcomes like 30 or 40. If the child will achieve all 40 learning outcome, then automatically the child can learn and it will be helpful to learn the mathematics in class 8 smoothly, or it will become easy for the learner to learn. This is the important learning outcomes. To achieve all these, a program will be finalized. A course will be developed for 2 months or 3 months or 5 months. This is known as bridge course. এই কোর্সটাকে আমি ব্রিজ কোর্স কহিথাଉ। ଏବେ ବୁଝା ପଡିଲା ନା ବୁଝା ପଡିଲାନି ନା ଡାଉଟ ରହିଲା ପଚାର। ଲର୍ଣ୍ଣିଂ ଗ୍ୟାପ୍ କ'ଣ ଆଉ ବ୍ରିଜ କୋର୍ସ କ'ଣ? Could you?
Yes, sir. ବୁଝିହେଲା।
Okay. So, तो
ସାର୍ ଆଉ ଥରେ କହିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ।
ଆଉ ଥରେ କହିଦେବି। ଓକେ, ଓଡ଼ିଆରେ କହିଦେଉଛି। ତୃତୀୟ ଶ୍ରେଣୀରେ ଯୋଉ ପିଲା ଗଣିତ ପଢିଲା ସବୁ ଲର୍ଣ୍ଣିଂ ଆଉଟକମ୍ ହାସଲ କରିପାରିଲାନି, ଗୋଟିଏ ଯୋଡ଼ି ଲର୍ଣ୍ଣିଂ ଆଉଟକମ୍ ହାସଲ କଲା, 12ଟା 13ଟା ରହିଗଲା ହାସଲ କରିପାରିଲାନି। ଯେତେବେଳେ ଚତୁର୍ଥ ଶ୍ରେଣୀକି ଯିବ ତାହେଲେ ଚତୁର୍ଥ ଶ୍ରେଣୀ ଗଣିତ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ପଢିବା ପାଇଁ ତାକୁ କଷ୍ଟ ହବ ଅଟୋମେଟିକ, କାରଣ ସେ ସବୁ ତୃତୀୟ ଶ୍ରେଣୀ ଲର୍ଣ୍ଣିଂ ଆଉଟକମ୍ ହାସଲ କରିନି। ତେଣୁ ସେଠି ମଧ୍ୟ ତାର ଲର୍ଣ୍ଣିଂ ଗ୍ୟାପ୍ ପୁଣି ବଢିଲା। ପଞ୍ଚମ ଗଲା ସେମିତି ଲର୍ଣ୍ଣିଂ ଗ୍ୟାପ୍ ବଢିଲା। ଷଷ୍ଠ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଅଷ୍ଟମ ଶ୍ରେଣୀକି ଯାଉଛି ଟୋଟାଲ ସେ ହ୍ୟାଣ୍ଡିକ୍ୟାପ୍ ହେଇସାରିଲାଣି ମ୍ୟାଥମେଟିକ୍ସରେ, ଆଉ ତାକୁ କିଛି ଆସୁନି, କିଛି କରିପାରୁନି, ଲର୍ଣ୍ଣିଂ ଗ୍ୟାପ୍ ବଢି 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 ପଳେଇଲାଣି। କିମ୍ବା ଗୋଟେ ପିଲା ବାହାରେ ବୁଲୁଛି, ତାକୁ ଆମେ ହୋଟେଲରେ କାମ କରୁଛି, ସେ ମୋଟେ ଦ୍ୱିତୀୟ ତୃତୀୟ ପଞ୍ଚମ କିଛି ପାଠ ପଢିନି। ଆମର ସମଗ୍ର ଶିକ୍ଷା ଅଭିଯାନ କ'ଣ କହିଲା? ସର୍ବଶିକ୍ଷା ଅଭିଯାନ ସେୟା କହୁଥିଲା, ସମଗ୍ର ଶିକ୍ଷା ଅଭିଯାନ ସେୟା କହିଲା। ହ୍ୱାଟ? Enroll the child in the age of 6 to 14 in age appropriate class. In age appropriate class. 13 ବର୍ଷର ପିଲାଟା ତାକୁ କୋଉ କ୍ଲାସରେ ନାଁ ଲେଖେଇବା? ଆମେ ଧଇଲେ ହୋଟେଲରୁ, ପାଠ ମୋଟେ ସିଏ ପଢିନି, ଆମେ ଆଇଲେ କୋଉ କ୍ଲାସରେ ଲେଖେଇବା 13 ବର୍ଷର ପିଲାଟାକୁ? ଏଜ୍ ଆପ୍ରୋପ୍ରିଏଟ୍ କ୍ଲାସ କୋଉଟା?
7th
7
8 ସାର୍।
କ୍ଲାସ 8
ହେଲା। ତେଣୁ ଆମେ ତାକୁ ଆଣିକିରି ତା ଏଜ୍ ଆପ୍ରୋପ୍ରିଏଟ୍ କ୍ଲାସରେ ଆମେ ନାଁଟେ ଲେଖେଇଦେଲେ। ସେ ତ ମୋଟେ ପାଠ ପଢିନି, ପ୍ରଥମ ପଢିନି, ଦ୍ୱିତୀୟ ପଢିନି, ନାଁ ଲେଖି ଜାଣିନି, କିଛି ଜାଣିନି, ତାହେଲେ ସେ ପଢିବ କ'ଣ? ସେଥିପାଇଁ ଗୋଟେ ବ୍ରିଜ କୋର୍ସ ପ୍ୟାକେଜ ତିଆରି ହବ। ଯେତେ ଲର୍ଣ୍ଣିଂ ଆଉଟକମ୍ ରହିଲା କ୍ଲାସ 1 ରୁ, ଯଦି ଆମେ ତାକୁ 7ରେ ନାଁ ଲେଖଉଛେ, 6 ଭିତରେ ଯେତେ ମ୍ୟାଥମେଟିକ୍ସ ଲର୍ଣ୍ଣିଂ ଆଉଟକମ୍ ଅଛି ସେଥିରୁ କ୍ରିମ୍ ଲର୍ଣ୍ଣିଂ ଆଉଟକମ୍ ଆମେ ବାଛିବା। ଯଦି 100ଟା ଅଛି ସେଥିରୁ 10-30ଟା ବାଛିବା। ଯୋଉ 10-30ଟା ଲର୍ଣ୍ଣିଂ ଆଉଟକମ୍ ହାସଲ କଲେ ସେ ସପ୍ତମ ଶ୍ରେଣୀ ଗଣିତ ପଢିବା ପାଇଁ ଯୋଗ୍ୟ ହବ ବା ତାକୁ ଆସିବ, ସେ ପଢି ପାରିବ। Selecting those learning outcomes, we have to prepare a package of course for 2 months or 3 months or 4 months or 5 months, whatever the fact may be. First of all, according to that bridge course, the child will be taken care. ସେତକ ସରିଲା ପରେ ସେ ଆମେ ତାର ଅଷ୍ଟମ ସପ୍ତମ ଶ୍ରେଣୀ ଗଣିତ ପଢେଇବା ଆରମ୍ଭ କରିବା। ଯୋଉ ଲର୍ଣ୍ଣିଂ ଆଉଟକମ୍ ଅଛି ତାକୁ ଆଚିଭ୍ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ଚେଷ୍ଟା କରିବା। That will be helpful for the child. So this is bridge course. This course is known as bridge course. And the gap the child has is known as learning gap. ଏବେ କ୍ଲିୟର ହେଲା ନା ଡାଉଟ୍ ରହିଲା? ଆଉ
Yes sir.
Yes, sir. Proceed.
Yes, sir. Clear.
So all these to develop bridge course for enrollment, to check up dropout are the duty of the village education committee, and it can be done with the community participation. Accordingly, number of state governments, they have undertaken different type of projects and scheme, like Andhra Pradesh Bal Mitra Kendras for girls, established Bal Mitra Kendras for girls. Similarly, Assam, motivating parents of disabled children for their enrollment in schools. Mobilization of fund for the development of the school. Similarly, in Bihar, sanctions and supervision of incentive allowance to students for regular attendance. ସବୁଦିନ ଯୋଉ ପିଲା ନିୟମିତ ଯିବ ତାକୁ ଗୋଟେ ଇନସେଣ୍ଟିଭ ଦିଆଯିବ ସେମିତି କନଷ୍ଟ୍ରକ୍ସନ ୱାର୍କ ବେସ୍ଡ ଅନ୍ କଷ୍ଟ ଇଫେକ୍ଟିଭ ଟେକ୍ନୋଲୋଜି ଦାଦର ନଗର ହାଭେଲି ୟୁନିୟନ ଟେରିଟୋରୀ there is a provision of a drinking water facility and Sal Pravesh Utsav enrollment drive. They are observing Sal Pravesh Utsav, that is enrollment drive. Gujarat Early Child Care Center, community contribution. Then in Haryana, attendance of children and regularity of teachers. Himachal, quality and regular delivery of a midday meal. Then Jharkhand Village Education Committee looks after all the activities. Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Manipur, Mizoram, Nagaland, Odisha kon karchi the mobilization of parents for regular attendance of students. For regular attendance, the parents should be mobilized. Okay. Initiative for enrollment of girls. Then temporary appointment of teachers in case of shortage of in schools. Rajasthan, West Bengal, every state have taken different steps for improving or developing education in different fields like girls education, disabled students, education of disabled students, and other activities. रजनीकांत कौन पचारिबो कि रजनीकांत
What about our Odisha, sir?
सुनि पाइलनी कहूची
What about our Odisha?
Yeah, in our Odisha, the government taking step for mobilization of parents for regular attendance of the students. Regular attendance of the students. The parents mobilization. Another initiative for enrollment of girls. Identification of out of school children and their enrollment. Temporary appointment of teachers in case of shortage in schools. Jodi ko school re teacher nahanti gote temporarily appointment. These are the steps taken by our Odisha. So this is all about unit 12. So with this, all the units we covered from unit 1 to unit 5.
Sir, Chhatra Pravesh Utsav also